Hello. Happy Saturday. Just messing with my popcorn bucket. Hope everybody is doing well. Um, yeah, I first time I ever took the plunge on the popcorn bucket thing for a movie, but it was fun. But yeah, we're probably gonna talk a little bit about Spider-Man today. But let's check in with the chat. Hope everybody's having a good Saturday morning so far. Little cast for us, but looks like the sun's trying to come out, and good for me because I got to mow the lawn later on. Um, Avery, crispy hash browns, yes. Well, I didn't have any crispy hash browns yet, but maybe after the show. Well, Boar, folks, let's hope to catch live. Cell, okay, yes, let's hope. Mark is here. Good morning, Mark. Terry's here. Good afternoon, Terry. Hope you are doing well. Saw a good film movie yesterday. Very nice. Agent of Camp. Yeah. No, I'm a fan of the matinee. Right, they get a little discount. Um, we actually got to see Brand New Day on Wednesday. It was so if you were an Amazon Prime member, they had some few showings. So we actually got to see it on Wednesday ahead of kind of Thursday. The preview, is kind of the official kickoff of the movie. So it was nice. Theater was packed, sold out. A lot of Spidey fans, lots of a good mix. Young, old. I mean, there was two women sitting next to us that were older than me. So and just a lot of fans, a lot of gear, a lot of Spidey masks. I don't know if anybody was full cosplay, but there were definitely a lot of people in Spidey gear for sure. My wife even because it was hot out on Wednesday, my wife even commented it was like somebody wearing like a big Spider-Man jacket, and she was like, "It's kind of hot, but the theater's cooled off, AC." So Mike is here. Good morning, Mike. Hope you are doing well. James, good morning. Happy Saturday. Let's see. Went yesterday, despite the cinema being full at 10 a.m. No noisy people on their phones, but I would say paying. Yeah. It was expensive. Like I said, that was. I think it was. I mean, our concession bill. So it was the three of us, myself, my wife, and my son. My oldest son Evan went with us. So I think tickets were. I don't know. I bought them off Fandango. That's through Amazon. I think it was like $60 for the three tickets, so $20 each. And then the concession bill was about $80, and that was because of the popcorn. And I've got the drink cup behind me, and then the popcorn bucket drink, and I think that was like $45, which is expensive. I normally wouldn't do that. Could have bought some comics for that, but popcorn and a drink, and I think my son got some candy. We were buying, so but we went to Regal Cinema, and I have like the rewards card with them, so I actually have enough points to get a free ticket. So I'm going to go back and see Spider-Man again, probably next weekend, and it'll be a free ticket, so I'll save myself some money. Barry, good morning. Happy August. Yeah, August 1st. Hey, wait a minute, Mr. McGroovy. What? I didn't think you were going to be here. You said you were on vacation. What is that about? But I appreciate you stopping in. Four color Flophouse, Jeff. Yeah, I scheduled out all of the shows for the month of August. So yeah, all the live streams are up. But and I've got some package on the way from Jeff. Some sub 20 ASM books coming in. So they'll be here hopefully this week, the next couple days. Mike is here. Good morning, Mike. Zach is here. Good morning, Zach. I know Zach premiered a video last night. I got to go check it out. I know Dope. Good morning, Dope. Dope had a Dope Show video out last night that I haven't. It's in my queue to watch. So looking forward to that. But yeah, All right. He explains it. He clarifies. 10 minutes. I saw some vacation photos on Instagram and looked very nice. Looked very nice. ASM 20. What is AS? I mean, I don't. I'm drawing a blank on what that cover is. Let me see. Spider-Man 25. Oh, is that the? Oh, that's the. Okay, I see it here. Let me see if I can share this real quick. What Dope's talking about? Let's see if I can. Is that like the Spider Slayer? Yeah, yeah. Why is that? Why did it do that? It's kind of weird. Zoom in a little bit. Yeah, not a great cover. But yeah, we have our we've got our notes, our old guy notes. So we want to recognize all of our channel members. Appreciate everybody being channel members. Their links are down below. Definitely go check them out. If you're not familiar, go sub them up. Cat Fan Comics Man, Terry, who's here with us today, Kingdom of Nerds, Bruce, Ralph Retro Comics, Nam and a Comic Book Worm, Dave, still only 35 cents. Philtastic Comics and Art, Matt Likes Comics, Mr. McGroovy, and I've just realized this is an international list of channel members. Anachronic Comics, we got Pop House with Animal, Dave's Ideas and Creations, JSS Brooklyn, Sleepy Reader 666, Three Good Nerds, and Alex the Longest Cosplay. Appreciate all the channel members. Like I said, I have their links in the description if you want to go check them out. If you're not familiar with them, then definitely go check them out. I appreciate their membership. Definitely helps with the. I was thinking about that earlier. StreamYard you can use the free version, which is fine, but it's expensive if you buy it. But it's the best. I've tried a couple of the other like streaming softwares, and they're just not as good as StreamYard. So I can kind of see where why StreamYard charges so much. Well, I know. I was just thinking about it. Like, I've got UK, I've got Canada, I've got the States. I'm world famous, in my own little mind. But I appreciate that. And I'm jumping ahead. I'll wait. But But thinking about the international stuff. I'm going to have an international mail call this week for sure. Let's do this. Let's share a reminder because we're down to 8 days. 8 days left for the Comic Book Community Awards. I just took a peek. Actually, I'll look right now. We have 394 nominations in so far. So we got about 8 days left. It closes next Saturday. So a week from today. So definitely appreciate everybody who's been shouting out the awards. I know a lot of people in videos and live streams have been mentioning it, so appreciate that. That just really helps the awards get in front of some more eyeballs. We updated the list of nominees this week, so added a handful of new names. So definitely go check it out. Good to see. Yeah, some good names, some good additions, I should say, to the list. So it's there. I won't, you can go take a look at it yourself. But appreciate everybody, like I said, who is nominated and shouting the awards out. All good stuff. Let's see. Rich is here. Good morning, Rich. I know Rich and Mike, Chunko Comics and Nerd Culture will be live tonight. The live show. Definitely go check those guys out. It's Comic Link. I forget the guest name, but it's one of the behind the scenes people from Comic Link. So definitely want to go check that out. And I just mentioned Damien, and here he is, right on cue. So yeah, wrapping up. We like I said, about 8 days left for the CBC Awards. I actually started to look at some of the data. Just to I got to go through and sort and crunch all the data. So just kind of making sure I have my game plan because I want to be able to turn around the list of finalists as quick as possible so that we can. I have to build some content around that for the live stream to announce the finalists, which I actually need to get that live stream set up. I'm taking mental notes, but yeah, because we'll announce the finalists on August, probably Friday night, August 21st. We'll have a live stream on the CBC Awards channel and go over the finalist nominations for this year. So should be good. Gore, hope you are well. Okay. Yep. Ross, the consignment director from Comic Link, will be hanging out with Rich and Mike tonight. Pretty cool. Yeah. I've looked at Comic Link. I had not purchased anything from them previously, but they have a lot of great. They've got like raw book lots. They have obviously CGC, graded books, and a lot of comic art as well, original art, which is pretty cool. Robert's here. Good morning, Robert. Hope you are doing well. Yeah, we're kind of moving. We're moving quick today. So let's talk a little bit about Brand New Day. I know I put a poll up. Let's see. So pretty 17 votes, and so only seven. Let's see, only 18% has seen it. 82% no. So interesting. Interesting to see what. Yeah, I was interested. I thought we might have a little bit more people who have gone to see it already, but it's only been out officially for what? Yesterday was really kind of the official day, right? So, all right. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. But I did want to, and we'll talk a little bit about it. I did a short review of it. A short meaning, well, it was short video, only about 3 minutes, but I created a short to kind of do my review because I didn't want to go too crazy into it. And it's amazing how now I've kind of I've been looking at some of the content on YouTube and on Instagram because I've seen the movie, and I can't believe how many spoilers are already out there with people just sharing everything about the film. And here we are Saturday morning. So it was pretty. I'm glad I kind of didn't watch a lot of the stuff because you could very easily be spoiled if you're not going to see it right away. Just check in. Rich, he really enjoyed it. I had to work all week and we can go Monday morning. Nice. Dope seeing it tonight. I'm interested to see Dope's review because Dope keeps it real. I'm a Spider-Man guy, so it's tough for me. But I really thought this was, I really thought they did a good job just in kind of moving past the previous three movies with Tom. And they really kind of changed. Visually, it has kind of a different style to it. It just looks different. It kind of just feels like a regular drama type movie and not so much a superhero movie. Like it wasn't, I mean, his Spider-Man's costume stands out, obviously the red and blue, I think, but the film's like aesthetic, the look of it was just kind of like just a regular film, like a regular drama. And it didn't feel like so much like a comic book movie, if that makes sense. The Hulk is really good. The Hulk parts are really good. And if you didn't, the one thing I mentioned in my review was about the Hulk. So because really the last time we saw the Hulk was in Endgame, but he did appear in She-Hulk, the TV series. So if you haven't seen that, there's just a little bit of like story continuity that I felt like if you didn't see She-Hulk, you may not pick up on it. So I had to go back and rethink about She-Hulk and said, oh, okay, that's kind of where Bruce Banner's at and the Hulk. And the Hulk looked great. The effects, the Hulk effects looked really good. Yeah, spoilers like, and it was funny. Like I said, we saw the movie Wednesday night, and actually, we didn't get a lot of trailers. I think we only got one trailer. We got the new Jumanji open world trailer, and then we just got a little note from Holland, Jason, and John. They just said, "Hey, no spoil. We don't want any spoilers." Like a quick little video of them asking people not to spoil it. Um, so yeah, that was interesting. Planning to see it midweek. All right. Wednesday. All right. That's good. A lot of people going, the first, and two, with a movie like this, if you haven't picked up your tickets, depending on where you live though, but I mean, if you haven't picked up your tickets, it's probably going to be tough to get tickets because there's a lot of hype behind the movie. The promotion for this movie has been pretty crazy. There's a lot of different tie-ins that they've been doing, like with products and stuff. Yeah, I agree. It was definitely, but I'm biased. I'm a Spider-Man guy, so don't really take my opinion. Naman's here. Good morning. Uh, yeah. Yep. No, you get that. You kind of get that right away in there. There's a kind of like a montage in the beginning. They do a nice little Marvel, so you know how you have the Marvel Studios intro in the beginning of all the MCU films. There's kind of a nice little Spider-Man themed one, so it's very nice. So, all right, Paul, have a great vacation. I saw the film last night. It was okay. The special effects were good, inspired by the comics, but like most Marvel and these films suffers from generic writing, making it hard to care for the characters. That's interesting. That's an interesting take. That's the first time I've heard somebody say, because I did, a lot of people have said it's kind of been, the film felt emotional. Some of the story points. So that's interesting that you say that. But yeah, I could see where it may not hit for everybody. I could definitely see that. Yeah, one less people. No, we had a good. So, like I said, our theater was full, but not too. Everybody was into it, and not a lot of reaction. There was only one reaction, I think, when we saw a few little parts. A couple people the theater had a reaction, but it was relatively quiet. I remember when I saw Endgame opening night, people were like cheering and screaming, and really really a fun crowd, where this was more people were just kind of into it. So yeah, maybe I'll do a recap of the Spider-Man movies. That would be that's a good video idea. uh, all right. Disney Plus, I understand. Brad is Starlink. Nice, very nice. Let's see. Yeah, no, they definitely. I think, I don't know. I think it's see Spider-Man, right? Whether you see it in the theater or see it in, um, when it comes out on streaming, it definitely felt like and I don't know if it will continue, but it kind of felt like this was kind of a different, like I said, style wise, visually, it looked different. It felt more like just a regular movie that was about superheroes. Spider-Man was street level type stuff. Just, I don't know. I think you should go check it out and see if, I hope Marvel continues kind of with this theme of the movie, or I don't know if theme's the right word. More the aesthetic, the visuals of the film, because I think like I said, it looked a lot less like a comic book movie and just more like a good movie, if that makes sense. So, um, Battle Superman has to some degree, Logan. The writing of films made me feel the main. Hmm. No, definitely. You want to connect with them emotionally, right? Yeah. I think Logan, for sure, right? You kind of really felt the weight of Wolverine and Professor X being who they were for so long and kind of aging. And yeah, you definitely felt that. So um, I definitely get that. I think you get that in any, right? You want that emotional connection when you're, um, reading a story, reading a book, reading a comic book, right? You want to connect with the characters for sure. So definitely get that. Yeah, it's interesting. I mean, you think of Spider-Man too, right? We've had what, three Tobey Maguire movies, two Andrew Garfield movies, and now four Tom Holland movies. So, and we've had them Tom Holland cameos and a number of the other movies. So, um, there's definitely a lot of body of work there for sure. So, yeah, I don't think I've been. I've certainly been entertained. I mean, maybe not my favorite. Some of the movies not my favorites. Um, Black Widow movie was okay, still enjoyable, not anything earth shattering that I'd probably go back and watch again. So Mr. Taylor Winders here. Definitely check out his t-shirt line, Failure Force, failureforce.com and Instagram. Go check him out. Yeah, that's my bar, right? As long as I'm entertained, right? Just give me 2 hours where I'm entertained and I can kind of forget about the daily stress of life a little bit, right? So my bar is low. Uh, yeah, we're talking we'll talk comics, Red. Say the first three words. Teenage years. The next three movies are going to be about adult children starring with Predator. Yeah, yeah. No, I like it, and that's kind of what I want in my comics, right? I want a Spider-Man, a more seasoned Spider-Man, a more mature Spider-Man. Uh, um, yeah. So there is an end credit scene. So it's actually at the end of the credits. Like you got to get kind of sit through the full credits. It's not it's definitely worth. We stayed. I would definitely stay, but I'm not sure if it's worth. I mean, you can just find it online at this point, but um, um, it's not. You don't have to stay. You can, like I said, you can just watch it online and get the same effect. So, uh, good, good. I like that. I think that's the case. I mean, I think with and that's why I was bringing up the box office, right? So Rotten Tomatoes, so 308 reviews, and it's at 90% from the critics, and then over 10,000 reviews at a 98%, um, from viewers. So it's um, that is the highest I think rating we've seen from the um, from the from the fans for sure. So definitely has good word of mouth. And let's see. I went to check out if they didn't have anything updated as far as so there's a site I use called Box Office Mojo, which is it basically tracks all of the movies, box office for all of the movies. But they didn't have any updates. It's usually delayed, but I did see this information that let's get rid of that ad. So yeah, they're saying that Spider-Man broke for Thursday, the preview day, 72 million, which is about 12 million more than Endgame. So they're predicting like $250 million opening weekend for it. So it's gonna be big. So Jason, good morning, Jason. Hope you're doing well. Let's see. Yeah, Spider Tracker. Yeah. Yeah, yeah. The website is up too. If you want to go check out the Spider Tracker, you can see that. Worst Marvel movie was Ghost Rider 2. If not for kids' wife, I would have walked out. Okay. Yeah, I don't remember. I haven't seen the Ghost Rider Nicolas Cage movies in a while. Um, so I don't know about that. I don't know about online videos. The amount of reels of AI type stuff that I've seen, and um, just girls in low cut tops, and I don't know. I don't. It's like maybe it's what ends up in my feed that it hasn't been very good. What? Wait to the DVD. Yeah, it's pretty interesting that, right? You have both Holland and Bernthal, who two big movies out, right? The Odyssey and then Spider-Man. So JSS Brooklyn, good morning. Drop in Box Office Mojo. Yeah, that's a great site. If you're ever interested in any box office type information, Box Office Mojo is the site to go. Like I said, I'm surprised they don't have any updated numbers for Thursday as of yet for Spider-Man, but it's definitely worth seeing. Yeah, The Mandalorian felt like it could have been just an episode of the TV series. It didn't feel like it was that nothing really special to be a full length movie. That's kind of how I've kind of viewed it. Sperm doesn't eat 40 Zach, wait a minute. You don't want him to steal your thing. Um, yeah, it's interesting to see. And there was some early discussions. Oh, who's going to be bigger, Superman, Supergirl, or Spider-Man? So I think that's kind of been put to bed just on the performance of Supergirl, because it really kind of tanked, right? So that was interesting. So, but yeah, no, I'm excited. I'm interested to see what where the box office ends for Spider-Man. I'm definitely going to go back, like I said, and see it again. Now that I've seen it, and I've read some of the online stuff, and some of the Easter egg type stuff. Now go back and watch it again and be able to kind of just take it in again visually, because I was kind of so focused on what was happening from a storyline. And the highlight for me was definitely the Punisher and Spidey. Their like team up, and their relationship was really good. So I think people are going to like that for sure. Um, yeah, you might be waiting. You might be waiting a long time for that, right? I don't know what Todd's doing with Spawn and his movie. So Zendaya, yeah, it was well acted. Yeah, Zendaya was great. I mean, the whole cast was great. It was done. It was really really well acted. I have not. I have not, but I don't know that the beard. I don't know how you could you tie. How do you put the mask on with the beard? Um, yeah, Mandalorian, like the um, you know visually, like as from a special effects thing, it was good. I was entertained. It just felt like it could have been just another episode or two of the TV series. Um, yeah, and I think Marvel even said they were going to kind of dial back, the old quality over quantity. So um, that they were kind of talking about that with their next phase of movies. So, Dan, good morning, Dan. Hope you're doing well. All right, good, good. Yep, yep. I know. I know people talk about the ads. Definitely. Um, I think I have. Yeah, the ads can be annoying that you got to sit through. Let's see. Let's see. I haven't seen it yet. My wife didn't have any interest in going to see it. She actually saw the trailer and was like, "That looks bad." That was her exact words. So she didn't want to go see it. So I didn't get a chance, and then it didn't do well opening weekend, and I haven't gone to see it. So I'll definitely catch that on streaming once it's available. Um, yeah, that was news this week, which was a surprise, right? Because the Wonder Man series was really good, and that was, I think it was less because that series was kind of less superhero. You know, it was more about the characters and the story, and less so much about, you know, fighting and special effects type thing. It was more character driven. I was surprised to see that they canceled it because I really thought they were going to build on it from season one. I mean, we did get some stuff at the end of the last episode, which was really fun. But yeah, I was surprised to see that. I don't know. I don't know. I think that's I think that's the problem with Marvel is that from a TV show, movie, you know, they there's so much speculation and rumor about things coming out, and then when they get canceled, um, it's like what are they don't seem to know what they're doing. You know, like there's so much indecision, I guess, is the best way to describe it. So, uh, yeah, I think Ryan Gosling's an interesting choice. He's certainly a good actor. So that'll be interesting to see, you know, what they do with it, what version of Ghost Rider we get. I think is going to be important, right? Yeah, yeah, no, agreed, right? And I think right if we don't get good movies, they'll probably eventually stop making them, right? Because they can't. I forget Spider-Man had their budget was like 200, it was it 250 million, 300 million, and then the advertisement marketing was like another 200 million. So they're already in like, is it, I think it's almost 500 million for just the, let me see, Brand New Day budget. It was a big number, but you know, they are banking on, Brand New Day budget. Yeah, so production budget for Spider-Man: Brand New Day was reportedly to be approximately 225 million, with some estimates range to 275. So it you know, and then the marketing, like I said, I think was like another at least 200. So, you know, they're at almost the $500 million range. So they need to perform well to be able to make some of that money back. Yeah, yeah. No, I think we want quality, right? And I think was it Kevin Fergie who said it recently? I think they said you know, quality over quantity, kind of slow down a little bit, produce less movies and shows, but make sure that they're more quality. So um, I like that idea. We'll read them over. Yeah, you know, and Wolverine and Deadpool was more just that was like an over the top. You had a lot of different characters, a lot of you know, crazy fight scenes. So that was kind of more, that reminded me more of like a, you know, your summer action movie, as opposed to, you know, like a story driven, um, you know, and you see some of these big blockbuster action films that are, you know, kind of the story's a little out there, you know, a little far fetched, but you get a ton of action and, you know, special effects, explosions, that type of thing. That's kind of what Deadpool and Wolverine reminded me of. It was good to see Hugh Jackman again as Wolverine, and uh, the you know, the two of them together, Ryan Reynolds and Hugh Jackman, was good. So oh yeah, definitely fan service, right? With all the different characters and the different, you know, fight scenes. The fact that Wolverine was in his classic, um, you know, outfit uniform. Um, yeah, definitely, and right, and we saw that with Spider-Man, the previous one, No Way Home, right, with Toby and Andrew. That was, you know, and all the different villains that they brought back from the previous films. Definitely fan service for sure. Um, yeah, that's pretty good. Yeah, yeah. Well, right. I mean, they're talking Tom. When Tom Holland just turned 30, but they're talking, right? Yeah, I think he's in for another, 3 films, two or three films, right? So, he's going to be 40 by the time they finish up with him. I mean, a couple years to produce the movies and get it out. So, um, he'll be a middle aged man by the time he's done with Spider Man. But he does, he still looks like he's 12. So, um, oh, nice. I didn't know that. Didn't hear that. Archie's coming to live action on Disney with Afterlife with Archie. That's pretty cool. Hopefully, they're going to do that right around release that right around Halloween time, right? That'd be nice. Yeah, it's interesting. I know McFarlane has talked about a Spawn movie and for a while now. I hope we get something, at least maybe even like an animated Spawn, I think would be pretty good. I think because Marvel movie wise are in trouble. Yeah, yeah, no, Spider Man, and I think this will kind of Sony won't ever get rid of now Spider Man, right? Because look at the money they have made with the Spider Man franchise, and they can't seem to produce. Some of their other movies have not performed well, so they've got this hit on them where um, it seems like they can just make money with Spider Man. So um, Sony's not going to give it up for sure. Um, so I don't know what that, it'd be interesting to understand a little bit more about the deal with Sony and Marvel. Is there, I guess, right? They have to keep making films every so often, or unless the contract expires, something like that. So, um, Justin's here. Good morning, Justin. Look at the Punisher movie right before. The Punisher, yeah, I don't. I'm trying. I'm thinking more of the Disney Plus series Punisher, right? Which is since Bernthal's taken over, he's been really good. Kind of a lot of 90 character too. Too bad. Yeah, it's interesting, right? I mean, we saw Masters of the Universe, who didn't perform well. A lot of people, it's kind of either you loved it or you hated it, and there was kind of no in between. A lot of people really didn't like the campiness of it. I haven't seen it yet. I'll definitely check it out on. I know it's on streaming service now, um, but I was never a big Master of the Universe fan. So um, yeah, yep, no, agreed. But I think the good news is that he still looks very young, so they'll um, they'll ride that as hard as they'll ride that as long as they can. And um, I think he made 20 million this past film, so he's getting paid, so he'll definitely be around for a few more. Yeah, yeah, right. Other than the animated Into the Spider Verse and the main Spider Man, all the other movies have not done well at all. So yeah, they might they might have to. They're digging deep on some of the characters for sure. Oh, see, all right, and that's what I've heard. I've heard either you loved it or you hated it. There was like no in between with Masters of the Universe. So that's interesting. See, Mike loved it and Justin didn't care for it. Yeah. Yeah, that's what a lot of people said. I guess they weren't. They really thought it was going to be kind of more serious, like as serious as the Masters of the Universe could be, but it was more kind of over the top slapstick type stuff that they didn't really care. Um, Skylanders and SpongeBob. Yeah. Oh yeah. Simpsons comics. Right. There's a lot. Right. Um, I knew what you meant. I knew what you meant. Yeah, right. I saw the headlines. I didn't read the story. Something sexual misconduct or something going on there with Mr. Leto. Which is not good. Which is not good. All right. So we talked members. We talked CBC awards. We talked Brand New Day. We're talking movies in general, but ASM. I have. I'm going to do a video on Tuesday. I have a nice stack of new ASM books that I added to the PC for Volume One. International AOKs, Mr. McGroovy, Wellbore, Dave's Ideas and Creations. I got an AOK from Son of Crom. I picked up a bunch of books. I bought books from Shortboxed, Raw Books, Raw Spidey Books, and from Ben Parker Comics. So we've got it's a nice stack of ASM books. I am done with above 300. So from like I think from issue like 266 to the end of the run for something, I'm done. So it's under 265. So a lot of books still in the sub 100s, but I picked up 5 or 6 books sub 100 in the video I'm going to show on record for Tuesday. So lots of Spidey books incoming to the PC. I don't own any. I don't own any omnibus, so I can't really lend them out. I don't have any. But yeah, so definitely a big haul of Amazing Spider-Man Volume 1 that I will be showing off on Tuesday video. Probably going to record that sometime today, so we'll get that out. But some nice books and some very generous AOKs from the community. So very cool. So yeah, and some extras thrown in. I made a trade. Well, with Mr. McGroovy, I made a trade. We traded. I traded him some books. Got back some books, and he threw in a bunch of extras too. So pretty cool. So excited to show that off. And then books. I didn't pick up a lot of books this week. Actually, this was out from a couple weeks ago, but went back and picked it up because I heard good things. A couple people mentioned in the community that this was really good. I took a peek at the interior art, and let's see who the artist is. When this first came out, I wasn't too crazy. So artist is Matteo Delafont. I'm not sure. I'm not familiar with his work, but I was like, this seems. I mean, it's solid, but just wasn't my favorite, so I passed on it. But like I said, I've heard good things about the story. Like it was a good read, so I went back and picked it up. And this kind of it doesn't really tie into the movie, but I think they put it out because of the fact that Punisher is in the Spider-Man movie. So looking forward to reading that. Too. I saw something about this a new RPG from Spider-Man. And yeah, I haven't read these. Because we went to the movies Wednesday night, and so Spider-Man brand new day, the spectacular Spider-Man brand new day. So this doesn't tie in other than the title. This is Dan Slott writing this. Let's see. So Dan Slott is writing. Marcus T.O. is the artist. Let's take a look. Yeah. So definitely interested. This has been okay. I do, Dan has had a good history on writing Spidey. So we'll see. And then the only other book I picked up this week, and I again haven't didn't get a chance to read this, Geiger. We've got Junkyard Joe, who's kind of one of my favorite characters in the whole Ghost Machine universe. So interested to read this. This should be good. But yeah, those are the 3 books. I don't know. What about you guys? Did you guys pick up anything interesting this week? What have you been reading? So yeah, definitely a good way to catch up on books. And you can, trades on the bus. You go to places like Half Price Books, Ollie's. You definitely can pick them up inexpensively. There's a couple sites online too, I think. The Collector P is here. Good morning. Definitely a good way. Absolute Carnage. But yeah, definitely. Superman Annual. Yeah, I did see that. Let's see. Let me share this. So yeah, I did see the annuals. There we go. Let's get rid of these ads. Can we get rid of them? So yeah, so I have this sorted by pull list. So you can see you've got Detective Comics Annual #1, Superman Annual, Batman and Superman World's Finest Annual, top 3 pulled books, at least according to League of Comic Geeks. You've got X-Men 34. But let's see, I think you got Lobo on the cover here. Lobo there. Let's see, you've got Superman. That looks pretty good. And then World's Finest, right? Is anybody reading World's Finest? I know people have said this has been really good. Matt, good morning, Matt. Detective Annual is a good read. Okay. I know World's Finest too, that people have said this has been a really good series. I think we've got Alfred and is that Jonathan Kent, right? Yep, Jonathan Kent on the cover there. I heard this has been a really fun series. I'm reading the current Batman run, which has been good. X-Men. That's Juggernaut on the cover there. Let's see. Yep, Juggernaut. So yeah, Geiger. There's Geiger. I heard Thor. Anybody reading Thor? I heard this has been a good series. Who's writing this? Al Ewing. Heard this has been good. But interesting, right? Like I said, I had this sorted by most pulled books. So you've got 3 DC, 1 Marvel here. In the top 10, you've got 1, 2, 3. All right, Marvel's here on the back end. You got Geiger, Thor, Doom Quest, 3, Queen in Black. This was a new series. And then you've got Spectacular Spider-Man, Brand New Day, Justice League Night Vision Special. What is this? I didn't know. Batman and Lex Luthor. I say Luger. Luthor. Bunch of different characters in this one. Let's see. What's on my poll? Let's see what my poll list is for next week. Let's see. World's Finest. Okay, yeah, I've heard that's been a good series, a fun series. World's Finest. It's amazing, a fun read. All right. It's a cross of Silver and Bronze Age. Okay, yeah. That's kind of what I've heard about World's Finest. Love Alex Ross cover on Thor. Not reading the title, but the cover. Yeah, tough to beat an Alex Ross cover, right? Let's see what's on my poll. All right, yeah. So all right, we've got Spider-Man. We're getting close. This is Legacy. What? 998. So just a couple issues away from issue 1000. So yeah, my poll has been relatively small. We've got Batman number 12 and Captain America 14. Batman has been fun. This is Matt Friction's been writing it. I've enjoyed this series so far. The 12 issues in, it's been good. Enjoyed that. And why does it keep doing that? And then Captain America, Reds. We've had some Doom. We've had some General Ross and Red Hulk. This has been good. Chip Zdarsky writing it. So yeah, well, let's see. New books for this upcoming week. Again, you've got 3 DC titles at the top. Then you got Amazing Spider-Man, Batgirl, Fantastic Four, Ben 10, Dead Man. Right, I've heard this has been a good series, good read. People have been enjoying it. Rod is here. Good morning, Rod. Taking a look at some of the new comic books coming out next week. Yeah, I know some of the Dead Man fans have been enjoying that one for sure. Who's writing this? This is W. Maxwell Prince. Not sure who, not familiar with his writing, but I heard that's been good. Let's see. Wow, this is back to back, right? Queen in Black was just out last week, and now they have another issue. Anybody still on White Sky? I know there was a lot of hype around White Sky when it first came out, but I haven't heard a lot of people talk about that recently. So, oh, okay. Ice Cream Man, yeah, I've heard nothing but good things on Ice Cream Man, right? Oh, it's the same team. Gotcha. Okay. See, that's I learned something today. Is it the same artist too? Right? Yeah, same team. You said, yeah. Oh, that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool that they got a. And this is, I'm assuming this is just a mini. Yeah, so 5-issue mini, which is good. Let's see, cover price, solid site for new books. Yes, yeah, cover price very good. Yeah, I have the integration with cover price in CLZ, so it's good for some like pricing information. Yeah, they have. I didn't know. That's true. They have a new book section as well. So, but yeah, let me. What is this? 60 years ago, we all hit the jackpot back in Amazing Spider-Man 42. We all get our first real look at Mary Jane Watson, and 60 years later, we're still reeling in the time she's been a party girl, OTP, and even Venom. To celebrate MJ's storied run, we present 3 stories of 3 different MJ eras and an epilogue that points towards the future. All right. I guess they're kind of trying to cash in a little bit on the Amazing Spider-Man 1000, and okay. I don't think I'll be picking that up, but maybe I'll read it digitally. And yeah, I guess there's been another change with the symbiote with Venom that I haven't been reading, but I need to kind of catch up on that. right? I guess Mary Jane is out of the Venom business. Is that what I'm hearing? Let me see what else we got coming out. New Masters of the Universe, Detective Comics reprint, 27. All right. Oh yeah. That's the new books coming out this week, this Wednesday. Mask, right? That was the big blind bag couple months ago or a month or so ago. Yeah, that's what we got for you. Oh, Dead Man is 6 issues. Okay, six issue mini. Very nice. Thank you, Rod. Appreciate that. But yeah, that's kind of what I got for you today. I've got some yard work ahead of me for my weekend. Well, at least for today. It's supposed to rain tonight and tomorrow, so I gotta get my chores done. But yeah, that's pretty much what I got for you today. Appreciate everybody hanging out. Hopefully you go out and see Spider-Man. If you do, let me know what you thought of it. Shoot me a message on IG. Yeah, I'm probably going to go back next weekend. I think my wife has something going on Saturday, so I'll probably go see a matinee on Saturday to go take it in for a second time. But yeah, and remember CBC Awards. We're in the final week here to get your nominations in. Thank you to everybody who's nominated already and who continues to shout it out, highlight it in their videos and live streams. Appreciate that. But yeah, excited to see it. We'll do an update. We'll do an updated nominations list probably midweek and then by the end of the week too. So White Sky 5 is late yet to get 3, 4 because 5 is on the same order. Oh, okay. Yeah, that kind of it was interesting. I know there was a lot of hype around issues 1 and 2, and then I haven't heard much about it. It's kind of died down a little bit. So I know some of those indie, Dork is kind of leveled out. Was it Corpse Night 2? Kind of big hype when it first came out. It's kind of slowed down a little bit. Not yet hearing as many people talk about it. So. But yeah, I'm kind of locked in for ASM 1000. We'll see how that goes. We're 2 issues away, so I'm hoping they stick the landing with that one for sure. So, but yeah, appreciate everybody hanging out with us today. We'll be back next Saturday. Next Saturday, the last day to nominate in the CBC Awards. So, yeah, hope everybody has a great weekend. Go out and see Spider-Man, and we'll catch you next Saturday. Thanks for hanging